Hey you guys, oh my god, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Hi, it's been so long. Okay, so the last video that I posted, you know, we've grown, we've changed, we've evolved, we've had some reawakenings since then, okay? So anyways, I'm not going to dive too deep into that personal aspect, but I do want to say welcome back, Taurus gang, my bull gang. So Taurus, sun, moon, rising, wherever Taurus sits in your chart. One second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. My music, I feel like, was getting too loud. It was too loud for me. So, okay, Bull Gang Taurus, hi. We just recently had our full moon in Sagittarius. Big things, a lot of releasing for me personally. So again, just felt really called to show up here on the channel today and get you guys some messages. So you guys, I feel like I just want to share a little bit more about myself, my story, where I come from. I'm going to do that slowly, right? I'm not going to like sit here and bore you with my life story before a tarot reading. But what I will say is, what I want you guys to know about me today is I fucking love raves. I love festivals. I have so much more candy. I didn't want to put too much on. I've got my dinosaur one in the window there from when we went to a Valentine's Day rave. Fucking epic. But yeah, if you guys are a part of that community at all, let me know. Drop a comment, we'll say a yellow heart. Drop a yellow heart, okay? If you've ever been to an EDM festival, or if you're into that type of environment, I guess, if you will. So you guys, currently I am in like New York, Western New York area, and it is such a beautiful day. A bit windy. It's a bit windy, but it's a gorgeous day. It's like 77 degrees, light breeze, bars. No. But yeah, so you guys drop a comment. Let me know how y'all have been. One moment. I do apologize for the pausing and the muting. So I will be muting my microphone with the windows open. Obviously, I cannot control the noises in my surroundings, right? But I can control my microphone, and it has a mute button, and I fucking love that. So I may be muting occasionally, but just bear with me. Okay, so for Taurus, sun, moon, rising. However, Taurus resonates with you is welcome here. Cross watchers with good intentions, of course, you are welcome on this channel. So let's see what we have. All right, beautiful. Oh my God, I thought that, okay. It's not the full moon, but it is the new moon in Sagittarius. And it says, ooh, the lighting is horrible. Ooh, that lighting is horrible. I don't know if y'all can see these cards that well. One moment. I literally don't even know if that's gonna help, but a little bit. So it says, new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. There's a lot of trees and mountains in this like Milky Way looking thing. A lot of galaxies. When I think of the new moon, I think of how dark the night sky is. So something about that. Even though it's really dark, focus on the positive, focus on the light. I'm getting a huge sense of like duality here. I believe we are still in Gemini season. I'm definitely picking up on heavy Gemini. So let's see what else we have coming out here for you, Taurus. So new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. With duality, I will say, I definitely feel like Taurus, you recently could have been going through a very difficult time. Clarity. Ooh. So a lot of like information, news coming in, clarity. 1313, before I even read the card. I also will say that I feel like focusing on the light and clarity. Focus on the light, focus on the positive and clarity. The more grateful you are, the more you are focused on the positive, the more positive will come back to you. You know, where my attention goes, energy flows. So let's see. It says, as the storm passes, the clarity is felt faster than lightning is seen against a dark sky. The divine is reminding you that clarity is readily available. All you have to do is ask. You have weathered the storm and now the sky is clearing. Your affirmation at this time is loving energy surrounds me, and I trust that the clarity I feel is the answer that I need. Something about Friday the 13th could have been significant. One moment. Sorry about that, y'all. I live near an airport, so like the planes just get so loud. Anyways, so 13, something about this recent Friday, Friday the 13th, June 13th could have been significant. It says, loving energy surrounds me, and I trust that the clarity I feel is the answer I need. Focus on the positive clarity. I also want to say, Taurus, like, trust in your. Wow, sorry, there's an ant. I think it's still there. Ew. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. I'll pause the video. Okay, sorry about that. I got him. I did not kill him, but he just, you can't be on the team. So, anyways, I do feel like Taurus, a lot of y'all are currently focusing on your moving. You're moving. No, I was going to say moving your body, but maybe some of you are moving. Maybe some of you guys are moving houses, moving states, moving locations. Okay. So let's get you guys an oracle card. Let's see what energy is like supporting you at this time. So a lot of focus on the positive, on the clarity. I'm hearing like gratitude is the attitude. Let's see what else we have coming out here. I feel like, again, someone could have really tried to reach out to you recently on the 13th, Taurus. Or someone's birthday could have been on the 13th, especially if you are dealing with a Gemini. Okay, let's see what else we have coming out here. What other messages, please, for Taurus? Sun, moon, rising. Okay. So we have patience, number 35. And oh my gosh, look at all the threes on here, y'all. You have 13, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. And oh my gosh, y'all, this deck is shuffled very well. But you have 34 and 35. Like it goes 41 to like 14. Like, huh. Okay, so something about the sequence and timing of events I definitely feel is important. Patience and shape-shifting. I feel like right now, again, this metamorphosis energy, you're coming out of this really dark time. As the card said, like the storm is passing. I don't like to use phrases so much as like dark night of the soul, right? Because like I feel like they're so overused and not even really well explained by people who use them. So, but what I will say here is you're morphing into a new timeline is what this feels, right? So again, a new job, a new location. Some of you could be moving like states. I don't know why, but I'm hearing Arizona. Something about the dragonfly could be very significant. That resonates heavily with me personally. I always think of my grandma Claire when I think of the dragonfly. Something about a passed on loved one could be significant. Maybe that was your recent storm that you had to weather, was grieving. And spirit is saying, give yourself time, be patient with yourself. You wouldn't tell a loved one or a friend, hurry up and get better, if they just lost someone close to them. So, don't try to force that narrative on yourself. Drop a white heart if any of that resonated with losing a loved one. I would be very curious to know. So anyways, let's dive into the tarot, you guys. Let's dive into the tarot. I'm feeling called to use this deck. So we'll start there. So also let me know if the number 3 resonates with you guys. And if so, how? How does the number 3 resonate for you? For me, it does in a lot of ways. I think of that as a holy number. I also think of it for myself, it's my immediate family. I'm an only child and I just have my two parents. So, the number three has always been kind of ever present in my life. But let me know if that resonates with you guys at all. I'd be curious. But yeah, clarity is coming in. And specifically the fact that that one card mentioned against a dark night sky, you know? So let's see what else we have coming out here. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages so far. Drop a like, drop a comment if any of this is resonating, y'all. Okay, let's see what we have coming out in the tarot. The Emperor. So this is the number 4 in the deck. So you have the Emperor coming out here. This is Aries energy. Some of you guys could be taking more control. You could be getting more of a kick, like a flame lit under your ass, for lack of a better phrase. But like, yeah, some of you guys could be getting like a kick in the arse, if you will. Yeah, Page of Wands, so much fire energy. Yeah, I felt that, and I do feel that. Something is changing within, maybe it's like changing your surroundings and changing your environment has put this flame under you. It's like, for example, if you went from the East Coast where it's typically pretty dreary and like cold and rainy, and then you go to the West Coast, one second, y'all. But yeah, so it's like, and then if you go to the West Coast, it's always sunny and warm. Like you're just able to do more, to grow more in different climates. It's just a different way of living. So maybe something about that change, stepping into that masculine, that driven energy has really put a fire under your ass, right? That's just like literally the phrase that keeps coming to me is like putting a fire under your ass. Like, clarity, patience, shape-shifting. For some of you, I do heavily feel like this is in regards to your own body with shape-shifting. I feel like you are literally trying to morph your body. You could be trying to tone, trying to cut, especially for my masculine. You could be hitting the gym more, lifting heavy. I don't know why I also just heard like listening to more screamo. Interesting. But so Page of Wands, this is all about creativity. Again, more of that fire energy, right? But the page is always, it's so funny. These are such like similar but so opposite energies. The Emperor is like the king of all kings. He embodies, every trait of, being discerning, being motivated, being engaging, being not a people pleaser, but how do I want to say, like taking care of his people, and also caring for his people emotionally as well. He embodies all of that. And then the Page of Wands is like, I want to get there. Like I don't, I have the fire, I have the ambition to learn and to continue to learn. And that's super important. So some of you could be rejoining like a hobby that you once were a master at, and now it's like maybe you're starting from scratch. Again, this could be weightlifting for some of you. Like maybe y'all were like meatheads, like in the gym, no bullshit every day, just like raw dogging, lifting heavy weights and shit. And maybe life got in the way, so maybe you're starting from scratch, and that's okay. That's more than okay. It gives you more of a purpose, in my opinion. Holy shit, you guys. Okay. So you have the Emperor and the Empress. What a beautiful combination for the first reading back, y'all. The Emperor, the Empress, what you don't see coming. Come on now. This is just gorgeous. Bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, is the Ace of Pentacles. There's some more mountains in the back. Something about mountains is heavily coming through here. They are depicted on your new moon card, over on this card, your oracle card, and again on this pentacle card, and in the Page of Wands card. Some of you guys could be moving to the mountains. I'm literally hearing like, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. So anyways, yeah, let's tap into the Empress here. So this is a divine connection for one, and this could be within yourself. Okay, this doesn't mean romantic. It doesn't mean, it could be a platonic friend, but again, it could be an aspect within yourself. If you've been more in your masculine energy recently, weightlifting, trying to get that body right, the Empress is here to kind of remind you, especially for my divine femmes, this could be for you too. You're eating more protein, hitting the gym, trying to hit those gains, you're cutting. And it's just a gentle reminder to say, like, you can be both. You can be, again, this, oh my God, spirit, thank you, the duality. This is the duality. You can be light and dark. You can be, I'm very much thinking of the podcast Call Her Daddy. I don't know if anyone here is like Daddy Gang, but you can be both. You can be a strong feminine and a strong masculine. You can have and embody both of those energies. You don't need to be one or the other. So with that being said, go eat your protein, go lift, go show those boys who's who and what the fuck's what, right? And then, but you can still come home and do your face mask. You can still go out and put on your eyelashes and look good, right? I do feel like this is a reminder from spirit as well to say, like, you need both to grow. Especially if you are in a novice position again, right? Like you're starting from scratch, you're trying to relearn these habits. You need both. You need strength and soft. You need to be able to push and rest, because if you push yourself too hard, you're going to collapse, or if you rest too much, you're going to break the habits you're trying to build. So it really is a message of balance, clarity, focusing on the positive, focusing on where you're putting the effort and how it's paying out for you. Patience. This shit does not happen overnight, Taurus. This shit does not happen overnight. What a beautiful lot of cards we just got. Okay. So I actually was only anticipating like one card, but clarifying the Emperor, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant. This to me is a beautiful, like, the cards are saying you are committed. This is, the Hierophant is higher commitment. This is tradition. This is, you're not doing a fad. I don't know why, but this feels so connected to someone's like weight or their eating habits or something like that. It's like, this is going to take time. Your body didn't become this way overnight. It's not going to change overnight. But Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, if you are consistent and you show up, you will reap the rewards, Seven of Cups, again, just that, and double seven. Wow. So again, this gentle reminder that, like, you need to put in the work, but you also need to have a plan. There's nothing worse than, in my opinion, going to the gym and like wasting time just doing cardio and not strength training, or vice versa, strength training and not doing cardio. You need both. Again, you need a balance. And maybe, again, if you're coming from this place of being in a novice position again, maybe hire a trainer. Or ask ChatGPT. You can literally ask it anything. Put together a training plan for me. Or, if this is you at a new job or in a new location, use the role of the novice to your benefit. Be like, hey, like, I'm new in town. I just thought of John Mulaney, New in Town, hilarious stand-up, and the ending of it. Oh my God, too funny. But yeah, like, use the advantage of being a novice. Like, there is an advantage to being novice. So don't be afraid to play that card and meet new people, explore new places, That's how you'll get clarity. What about the Empress here, please? Thank you, Spirit. Oh my goodness. So Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. Falling over that was the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands, though. And I feel like I do want to honor that those flip themselves. Anything else? No? Okay. So I'm just going to take this as a separate message because it feels like it. But 4 to 8 of Wands, you're trusting the process and you're trusting who is entering your life. You know that like this is going to be a fruitful move. You know that this is going to change your, the change in environment is going to change you. It's going to bring you from your masculine to your feminine energy or vice versa. But it's going to allow for that duality. It's also going to allow for doubling. 4 to 8, you're going to double in money and success, maybe in friends as well, I'm hearing, if you're looking for that, right? But with the Hermit, some of y'all may not be. Like, some of y'all may not be looking for that, but that's okay. It's again, though, 2 of Pentacles. The main theme here is that balance, that balance of the masculine and feminine, the light and the dark, the clarity, and the inconsistency. You're finding that balance. So I hope this did resonate, Taurus. If it did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.